Okay, we're going to construct a cultural map now, and you can see that our competency is participating in a group. The scenario is participating in a committee meeting. We're going to construct this cultural map around what's normally done in Australia. And we've got our 4 different parts. We're going to look at A for approach, B for breaking in, so how do you actually break in and start the conversation. Then how do you actually communicate, and then departing, how do you finish off the actual competency. One little part we might add in here is the preparations, what preparations you might need to make. So let's say in participating in a committee meeting and you're preparing to for a farewell party for a member in the office and you want ideas, etc. What preparations do you think you might make before coming to the meeting?
Well, I'd probably talk to my fellow colleagues and find out what ideas they had in terms of, did they want to get a present, do they want to go out to a restaurant, something like that. Okay, so it's a good idea to talk amongst your colleagues beforehand, not to the person concerned, of course, but to talk amongst your colleagues. So that might be a preparation to come with a few ideas by talking to colleagues. Now, how do we actually first get our approach?
Often you have to get the eye contact of the person who's speaking currently. So you have to look at them and sort of indicate with your eyes that you have something to say.
So you have to make eye contact with the speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What else have you seen people do?
Leaning forward, showing that you're trying to move in, I guess, is what you're trying to do.
Leaning forward?
Mm-hmm. You definitely don't put your hand up, that looks really bad.
Okay, don't put up your hand, that looks silly. I've even seen people take a breath quite audibly. Everyone kind of looks at them, you know, because they're about to speak. Okay. What about an open hand gesture? It's a good idea to have open hand gestures rather than using your fist or raising your hand, but an open hand gesture. Okay, what about breaking in? What are the actual steps? What do we actually say to break in?
Sometimes people just start talking over the top, like they'll...
Yep, so it's a vocalisation. Okay, anything else that people might say?
I have noticed people sometimes just say, I wanted to say something here.
I want to say something.
Yeah.
Any other words that you could give people? Sometimes people say, excuse me.
Excuse me. Oh, that's a good point.
That's a good point.
Something I have to add.
Now it's your turn to communicate what you want to say. What do you need to do?
They might say, now that they've broken in, they might say, my idea is this, or...
My idea is... Yep.
So they're owning the idea.
And it was interesting, Daniel, when you did that, you used your hands, that open hand gesture. My idea is. And in a group, to get people's attention, sometimes you do need to use your hands, open hand gesture.
So let's say you've had your turn now, you've said, you've communicated what you wanted to say. How might you finish that part of the interaction? How might you do the D part, the departing?
You might like to ask what they thought about your opinion.
Okay, so it's a good way of...
What would you say?
So what do you think?
So what do you think?
And again, it's that open hand gesture where you're sort of inviting people to comment.
So we have our ABCD. This is the cultural map of how we might break in and participate in a group.